Well, our president, Donald J. Trump, and his right hand medical assistant, RFK Jr., have come out and they have said they have evidence in a recent study that links Tylenol's main ingredient, acetaminophen, however you say that, linked to autism and pregnant women. And I want to talk about that a little bit. And I want to talk about how it's kind of weird that people are finding ways to. It's not weird. It's to be expected in the political climate of 2025 that if it's not my side, then it must be wrong. Both sides are very guilty of it. Currently, the right side is the one in power. So it's much more, the left side has a much more louder voice on disagreeing with things that are being done. However, some things have sort of surprised me about it, and I wanted to share some of them with you guys right now. So, for example, since 2010, well, I guess not since, back in 2010, the average child with some sort of ASD was 1 in 68 kids had it. Now in 2022, which is 12 years since then, it has now become 1 in 31 children have a form of ASD. That is almost double of the rate of people who are being born or develop some sort of autism spectrum disorder. And it's very surprising because then if you want that's within our walls, right? That's within the United States of America. And when you look at the overall um, world ASD rate, we are second only to South Korea for most children with ASD. And so, what I look at this as, and what I think the majority of people should look at it, is that Donald Trump, our president, our commander in chief, and RFK Jr. have done a study and they've come up with some sort of uh, conclusion that they think would benefit the information of pregnant women. Now, here's the thing, right? This is not RFK and Donald Trump are on Google or ChatGPT and they are doing researches on their own. They did not partake in this research. All they did was encourage it to be done and have it done. Now, there is a big article that I tried to read as much as I could. It is very sort of above my knowledge of talking about. But there is a study out there that was based, these facts off of that was really sort of helpful as to why this is being done. But for people who are out here and thinking that Donald Trump and is taking medicine off of the shelves for pregnant women and pregnant women who are in pain when they're pregnant are not going to be able to get their pain relief and things. I want to clarify that ibuprofen is the same as what they're looking to do with this. Advil is the same as what they're looking to do with this. A bunch of antidepressants, which I don't know if you've ever had been a part of a pregnancy, whether it be the father, the mother, or whatever. But emotions run all over the place. So if you're already on an antidepressant before pregnancy, I mean, buckle up. You're in for some some long nights with emotions. There's a bunch of antibiotics if they get sick. Unfortunately, the mothers to get sick, there's a bunch of antibiotics that they can't take out of caution for the well-being of the child. So this is not the very first restriction that the government has ever implemented in changing procedures for pregnant women. But the more important thing is I'm seeing a lot of people talk about like as if he is going to make it a law that you can't do. This is not going to be made illegal. This is not going to be made a criminal offense to take Tylenol when you're pregnant. All this is doing is it is informing physicians. It is the attempt to change the warning label on it, and it is to increase awareness of medicine's side effects. Which, when you think of it, to not want that is really sort of crazy. Because if you want to think of it as like, oh, he's just going to get rid of all the medication that pregnant women need, well, then why would he just do Tylenol? Like, what are you talking about? So it's really surprising to me to see people so upset and up in arms about this. It really is just a, if it's not your side, you're on, it's the wrong side then. But that's sort of my take. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments, and I will see you guys later.